we're back. We're talking all kinds of stuff when it comes to prompts. We have been doing it wrong. I know, Michael, and I'm talking to myself right now, and every other real estate agent out there that's going like, I know how to prompt. I tell it exactly what I want, and it just spits it right back out. That's how prompting works, right, Michael?
And it's good.
Yeah,
that's
good.
The problem. You tell it what you want, bam, it produces something, and you're like, damn, I'm smart. I wrote me well.
And then it doesn't work. And then you're like, why does it not understand me? Why is it treating me like my ex relationship? Ouch. It's because you're not communicating properly. No. Michael, tell me what I'm doing wrong in my communication.
So, Greg, I don't think it's about communication. And I don't think you're necessarily doing anything wrong. What I'm going to tell you, and we've said this before, is stop treating AI like Google. Right? When you go to Google, show me the #1 restaurant in San Jose for French food.
Sure.
Okay. La Papillon, Saratoga. We all know that. We already know it. It pops up. The results are there. It's exactly what I expected. Bam. I used Google the way I should. Same thing with AI. Hey, rewrite this text so I don't sound stupid. Boom. Produces something and I sound smart.
True.
But you're not taking advantage of AI. And that's what we're going to talk about today, Greg. We're going to talk about how to get the most from AI strategically. And I actually love this conversation because there is a time and place for the way we have been using AI, the way you've been using AI. And there's a time and place for using another method. And that's what I want to talk about today.
Well, and some of the stuff that we talked about in pre-show, I think it's going to resonate with a lot of folks. And here's a kind of some of the quick thought patterns is the fact that, like, I was telling Michael and pre when we were doing prep for this, is that fact that, we, like Michael said in the intro, we're so used to telling something hey, do this, get that. And we get it. Like you said, you want, a certain type of food, French food, you go to this restaurant. You want a great Subway sandwich, you go to this place. It's inverting the mindset and asking questions versus dictating everything that you want in life, little Miss Princess. Yeah. So this is what I love about this, because I tried this after we talked, and the results were astonishing. Break it down, buddy. Get weird.
We're going to take your AI skills and we're going to move them from a 6 to a 9.5. We're going to move the needle and we're going to explain how to do this. So I'm going to start out here by saying, I want you to stop telling AI what to do. Not all the time, much of the time. And I'll explain why as we go. Okay. We're going to talk about the Socratic prompting method. And this is a way of thinking. This isn't new. It's just adding a new twist that you're using that method with AI. Okay, this is going to change the quality of everything that you do. All right, so as we go through this, here's the problem with the way most people prompt. Okay, write a blog post. Okay, write it about AI productivity tools. Write it about real estate. Write it about whatever you want. Just write me a blog post. Okay, period. Create a marketing strategy for my software as a service. Period. Okay. Analyze this data and give me insights, period. Okay, when you give instructions to AI like that, it has one goal. How do I return to Greg the correct results or something close to it as quickly as possible? Mm-hmm. Okay, now when you think about AI and the massive amounts of information, it's just so much information, right? It knows from Harvard, it knows from the accounting firms, it knows from the big six, it knows from consultants. It's got these massive years and decades of knowledge all combined, and you're just telling it to write you a blog post. Okay. AI never thinks. It just produces results. Okay. It's going to give you the common answer, not the best answer. Now, here's why people like this. Because, hey, when AI writes it, it sounds good. It looks good. The results are good. It makes me look smart. It makes me feel smart. And that's good. but you can do so much more. And this is where AI really plays out. So what is Socratic prompting?
Yeah, what is that?
Instead of telling AI what to produce, you ask questions that force it to reason through the problem, then deliver the output. Okay, so let me just break that down instead of just reading to you. I want you to ask AI, what would it do?
Okay, give me an example. I need now.
We're going to get to examples. We're going to get to examples. So we're going to start here by saying there are billions of examples out there, and we are going to use that AI knowledge as opposed to just having it do what we want. Okay, same tool, different results. Okay, why this works. Okay, AI is going to analyze the requirements, consider the framework, evaluate the trade-offs, and then synthesize answers. Okay, ask a question. If you give it instructions, it's going to jump straight to number 4. Write me a blog post. Boom. Okay, write me a marketing post. Boom. Tell me what I should do on Facebook. Boom. Okay, you're missing out on 75%. I'd say closer to 90 of what AI is actually able to accomplish. Okay. So, Greg, let's now talk about what you really want to know. Okay.
Please.
The Socratic prompt is basically 3 parts. Okay. Your daughter's on the phone. Number 1, sorry. That is my daughter's on the phone. I gotta love this. So, Greg, you'll appreciate my daughter is graduating this week with a marine science degree. She is right now doing her 100th dive.
Wow. In Monterey, right?
In Monterey. Actually, she's diving off of Carmel.
Oh, nice.
They're doing that. And then next month, she got a reservation for Point Lobos, where you have to reserve to dive now.
That'd be fun.
So she'll be doing that. And it's definitely exciting for her. It's exciting for me because, like you, I grew up diving and have always been a water dog. So anyway, back to this. Okay, 3-part Socratic prompt.
No. We're not skating right past that. Let's play this game out. You have a daughter, beautiful, wonderful young lady, by the way.
Yep.
Very intelligent. And she is graduating, and her whole career is going to be around the ocean. Let's say you're not a water dog, and you had some angst about your child jumping into really deep water with things in there that want to use her as a snack. How would you ask the prompt to calm your nerves? What would you ask, an AI?
So I would start with statistics, and we'll apply this differently. For me, Greg, it came down to this. My wife says to me, I'm scared to death. She's going out there. California is one of the number 1 spots in the world for great white sharks. I just can't believe you're okay with her going down there and doing this. And so I did a search, right? The old fashioned way. What's the risk of my daughter getting eaten by a great white shark? It was like 1 in millions.
But bajillion to 1.
It's what?
A bajillion to 1. The reason why I know is that I've dove in those waters. I know these waters. So,
it's a bajillion to 1. Okay, so being the typical husband, I broke it down for her, and I said, honey, don't worry about the great white sharks. She's 3 times more likely to drown than she is to get eaten by the great white shark.
Well done in a horrible way.
So I lost that one. All right, so back to what we're doing here. Master the structure of your output. Change what you're doing now. Okay, theoretical question. What makes blah, 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 blah effective? Okay, what's the principle? Okay, now here's what we're talking about, right? And we're going to get into exact examples, but I'm assuming that you don't know what makes a blog post successful versus what doesn't. You spit out the blog posts historically, and some have been super, super popular and some haven't. Okay, I know Greg does this all the time with our posts. He's like, I put up this snippet and some got, millions, some got tens. Why? Well, Greg, because you're not asking AI the right questions.
Yeah, okay. But I don't know the right questions to ask. That's like saying it's like telling a blind man to pick out his favorite color besides black.
Okay. So
that's
Greg,
impossible.
I'm giving you the first part of the prompt. What makes a video clip about real estate marketing effective?
Or
Okay,
go viral, or
that's the theory, or go viral, or achieve
whatever.
that. That's part number one, right? You can do that. Everybody can do that. Guys, if you're going through this right now, take a screenshot of this and focus on what we're talking about. Okay, so then the next part of this prompt is, what principles or frameworks apply here? Okay, in your case, what principles of cutting this video up should I talk about? What's a framework that I can use to provide value to my viewers? All of these things play into it. And then the application question, dun, 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 put it to work. Now apply those insights. So this can all be one prompt. I don't need to see each of these examples. I'm not going to understand it anyway in most cases. But I want you, AI, to apply these insights to doing what? This is the specific part.
See, I'm taking
I'll give you the presentation. We'll give all of you the presentation. Michael at regeeks.com, Greg at regeeks.com. Send us this and we will give you this information. I am not gatekeeping this. I want you to have it. Okay. So now, Greg, do you understand what we're doing here?
Yeah, we're starting with our end result, and then asking for the footprints to lead us to our end result, or if this is even going to make any sense, if anyone's even going to watch, buy, learn, whatever into this thought pattern. Is that correct?
Okay. Yes and no.
Oh my!
So you've got 2 and you've got 3. You're missing 1, and that's where a lot of us kind of misstep, right? You're already assuming that you know what the end result should be. I'm saying ask AI.
Frame it for me. Give me an example.
Theoretical question. What makes videos go viral on social media?
Okay, why don't we do this? Let's do an A and B test. Let's do a question right now.
Let's get through the PowerPoint first, because I think this will start to make more sense. I've got some real estate examples. Now, I'm suggesting, Greg, that your theoretical question is actually longer than what I said. It should probably be, what makes real estate short video clips successful in doing whatever?
But can't you ask the AI to write you the prompt if you're trying to find the answer to the question? You're trying to get to the ultimate goal. If you're trying to bake a cake, you want to bake a chocolate cake. How do I get there the tastiest way ever? I mean,
yes and no.
Again,
if you're just asking it to write a prompt
or whatever, get results. Like, hey, if I use this recipe, add the ingredients in, will I get the most flavorful cake on earth? Isn't that the same as question 1? What makes blah output type effective?
No. What makes cakes taste good to the most number of people?
Sugar.
So I think you've just got to remember that you don't know what you don't know. And the first part you're going to do is ask AI what you don't know. I don't know what makes clips go viral. I know babies are good. Puppies are good. People getting hurt is like my favorite these days. I don't know why. I watch these people all day long.
I watch the same ones
falling down. Those go viral to me. Okay. So you've got that one. Now let's go through and see the difference here. Now we're going to talk about it. Instruction prompt. Create a content calendar for LinkedIn. Okay.
That sounds boring.
But it sounds like what you do every day. This is what people do every single day. And you know what? They get a result and they're like, damn, I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have created a calendar in 30 seconds. Okay. Now let me change it for you. And this is the example that I wanted to give you. What content types drive B2B engagement on LinkedIn? There's my theoretical question. Okay. Now, what frequency avoids fatigue? I didn't know that. How often do I want it? And this plays into your content calendar. Now, how should topics build on each other? Now that you have this, design me a 30-day calendar. You still don't have to think, right? What you're doing is you're asking AI to think for you. Hey, AI, tell me what works. Tell me how it works. Tell me how I can do it, and then do it for me. The difference is create a content calendar for LinkedIn. Greg, it doesn't know what, there's no context. There's no insight. You could write all of these. I think that it takes this, and this to build engagement on LinkedIn. I want to do, posts every 3 days. And, I want the topics to build on each other like this. Design me a calendar. You could do that. But now you're taking the thought process out of it.
Well, why can't you ask it to go out and search the big wild web and go find what are the top creators or posters on LinkedIn? What type of content is helping them go viral in the B2B space?
You can. That's a different approach.
But I mean, which one have you found to be the most effective?
I found the Socratic prompt to be very good. It improves the quality of my output.
Because of the assumption, because you're not making assumptions, you're asking, open-ended questions and allowing it to come back, and then you can zero it down from that point.
Yes, I'm asking it to use what other people have taught it, thus the large language model, all this data, think about it, and produce results that it has seen work.
Okay, so you're basically you're not treating it as a $15 an hour, and there's no hits on people making $15 an hour, employee here in California, which is minimum wage in some parts. You're treating it as an equal, if not a superior, in regards to content knowledge that you're trying to learn from to make yourself more effective. Is that correct? So it's a partnership, not a dictatorship.
It's a partnership, and I'm asking it for its. I don't want to say opinion, because it's not an opinion. I want it to sift through the facts that it knows and produce results for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so let's break it down to real estate. I do this all the time. Write a follow-up email for my buyer client who toured 123 Main Street yesterday. Okay. I get a boilerplate, just checking emails, zero insight, wrong tone, nothing specific to the property or the client's actual concerns.
Okay. I can see that. That's fair. That's a fair assumption.
But I have started changing my prompts. Okay. What do buyers typically worry about after touring a home they like? Okay. I kind of know that, but not really. What info helps them move forward in a decision? Kind of know that, not really. But now I want them to write, I want it to write a warm follow-up. I often add low pressure in there. I don't want a high pressure demand in there. Write a warm follow-up for a buyer who toured. And I actually, here we're saying toured a $1.4 million single family home in Cupertino. I would get rid of that. Who toured? And then I include the Zillow link. Let it figure out from Zillow that it's 1.4 million. It's a single family home, so that it can extract what it takes to get those results. Does that make sense?
It does, but also there's a lot of, and just me, beating, a dead horse here. We're making an assumption that AI knows what the buyer's preferences are and what they did or did not like about that house, or is that the question that went into the email?
So that's the first question, is what do they typically worry about? If you have specifics, you may want to tweak the email. And you and I both know that we don't always get 100% the results we want, but it's very nice to have a foundation. Do not just take and copy stuff verbatim that AI gives you, because sometimes it's guessing. Sometimes it's hallucinating. Sometimes it's making stuff up.
Michael, would you want to hear a secret?
Do you want to know a secret? Sure.
I have something for you. It's not ready yet, but I have been working with somebody, and we are going to answer a lot of those questions that you said you don't have access to right now. We're going to be able to give you a logical, scientific based answer on what buyers are thinking about properties.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna work with my co-founder on this one, and I'm gonna take this conversation into it because I think that's a big need. Is
Yeah.
not knowing is what in life is our biggest problem. It's our Achilles heel.
Yep.
But I think this right here is how to start the thought pattern differently than the red on the left, the green on the right. Was it Sarah? What a prompt?
What?
Socratic.
Socratic.
Socratic. Socratic prompts definitely sounds like it's pulling at deeper thought patterns versus building me an email following up with my buyer showing on Saturday afternoon. Or like, help me understand, walk me through after touring this home. What'd you like? What'd you dislike? What would help you move forward? What are the things holding you back? Those types of things.
Yep.
It's just it's thoughts. I see where you're going. I like your writing better. I'm just improving, but yes.
You're just here to make it hard for me. I understand.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
So you can also stack these questions. And for some of you, this isn't going to be a big change from what you're doing. For others, this is going to be fundamental. So what would a top growth marketer ask before building a customer acquisition funnel? Greg, you do this all the time in scripts, right? You talk about the customer acquisition. How do we get the customers? What data would they need? This is what we're talking about. What assumptions would they validate first? Now answer those questions for a SaaS, software as a service, targeting mid-market real estate brokerages, then design the funnel. Okay, this is a complex problem, and we're asking AI to think through it.
Yeah,
okay?
It is.
This is not your everyday, but don't hesitate to stack the questions. You don't need to do it one at a time. It can get through it. Okay.
So,
And
so how many can you load in? I mean, what's your ultimate on that one?
Greg, some of my prompts start off with 300, 400, 500 words.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 or 3 pages if you're writing something complex.
Jesus.
So you can put in whatever you want. Most of us don't want to type that much, and I encourage all of you, take a screenshot, copy this out, put it in Notepad, and use the same prompt over and over. Just tweak the details for what you're doing. There is no secret sauce here that we are gatekeeping for you. We are trying very hard to make sure that you have all the tools you need to succeed. All right, as we continue through this, make the AI a strategic analyst, not a summarizer. Okay, Google is a summarizer. Give me all the restaurants. There we go.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, analyze this customer feedback data. It's just taking the data that you have. See, Google doesn't understand. Just taking what you've given it and it's summarizing it. It's regurgitating it in a way that looks pretty. And you're like, yeah, I'm cool. Okay. I'm going to tell you what patterns in feedback signal product market fit problems. Okay, so I'm asking it to think based on the other data, what signals matter most. Now analyze this data through that lens and tell me what's breaking. Okay, make it an analyst. People pay all the time for consultants who come in and give them answers to questions they didn't know they had. You can use AI and do it for basically free. Okay, know when to use it and when to skip it. Greg, this is equally important. You want to know simple facts, just type it in. You want it to take something that you have and put it in a table, put it, just put that in there. You want it to do a basic code snippet, put that in there. Quick rewrites and edits, rewrite this text message. I do this all the time. Shorten it because it doesn't fit. This, you don't need Socratic prompting to do that. Okay. You want to do something strategic, use it. You want analysis with some other judgment, right? It's 2 a.m. and you're doing something and you want another opinion. AI is your opinion based on facts. Okay. You want some creative problem solving. Greg, we run into this all the time. We talk about this for the show. What should I talk about today? And we get some creative ideas. Multi-step reasoning. You want to do things, boom. So find the answer, do an action based on the answer, do another action, do another action. That's when you're going to use the Socratic prompting. Okay. This isn't rocket science, guys. This isn't hard. It's not an everyday thing, but it's going to give you exponentially more value out of the tools. Okay,
Well, I think it's just basically being a student and staying curious versus being opinionated of I know everything. It's literally saying, hey, I have a problem I don't understand, or I would like to achieve, or I need to further understand at a deeper realm, blank.
Yep.
Being, this said subject matter, whatever it is, I want to get to kashmush, thing, said result, then work backwards. But I think Socratic, questioning, I think that the starting point is understanding Socratic questions, put that into AI, figure that out, make it work for your brain. Once you understand it in your brain, how it works, whatever that's going to look like, put it to work. You have the secret formula now. You have what works for you. And then test it, A/B split it, verify it. Test it against the original way you would ask, or have your kid or a spouse or significant other or business partner or someone else ask the similar question in their tone, and then you ask it in the new tone and see which answer you like the best. Wouldn't you agree with that, Michael? Just to prove to themselves that they can do this, and it doesn't
100%.
cost.
Try it. See whether you like the results.
Yeah.
Okay, so the problem here is that LLMs are trained and reinforced based on human feedback. Okay, so a lot of people are putting instructions out there, write me a letter to the blah, 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 and they get an answer and they're like, big thumbs up. Well, they're not using the reasoning that comes with
recency.
I'm not making up.
At the height of recency.
You're doing the thinking. They're not doing the thinking. Let AI do the thinking when it makes sense for you. All right. So takeaway here. All right. Start with one prompt today. Turn your next AI instruction into 3 questions. Watch what happens. I love giving these things to Greg because I know he'll do it.
What do you think I'm doing right now?
You want to whip out your camera and take a picture of that, Greg, so you don't forget, or I can wait, Greg, I can send you the PowerPoint.
Yeah, well, I got a photo.
Okay. Instructions get you output. Questions get you thinking. Okay. That's an important differentiator. Do you want somebody to just do what you tell it to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want it to think and help you improve what you're doing? Socratic prompting used a 3-part structure: theoretical, framework, application. Okay.
So let's give it a run.
Let's finish. We're almost done.
God, you're killing me. Okay, go.
I know. Stack questions for complex multi-step decisions and save it for tasks where judgment matters. Skip it for quick lookups.
Okay. All right. So
let's do this. Let's go back.
I'll be the average agent. You be the fielding.
Hang on.
Where is it? Is hot out here, man. I got to learn how to film inside during the summer. Holy mackerel sucks.
All right. So new chat. Okay. So theoretical question, Greg. What produces highly engaging videos?
All right, so that's the question.
Highly engaging real estate videos. Can't type. Okay, so that's my theoretical question.
Okay, so give me the question again so I can ask it just as a layman here.
What produces highly engaging real estate videos?
What produces high engagement on real estate videos?
How do I create those videos?
Hold on, I got it.
So that they.
Okay, so this is what I got back. I had this searched 13 different sites. High engagement from real estate videos is driven by a mix of strong technical hooks, emotional storytelling, and platform-specific formatting, aka TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that.
Okay.
Aggressive hook in the first 3 seconds. Okay. It gives me a whole laundry list of stuff here. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's see here. Up to 85% of social media users watch video content without sound. So subtitles are really kind of big, guys. 85% watch people. Have I done that? I've done that. I've watched things, just subtitles and just read them if I was like in somewhere where I couldn't listen. Okay, that makes sense. So we're missing 85% if we don't even do subtitles. That's horrible. That's really bad.
Okay. So while you were talking about that, I finished up my prompt here. So I've got what produces highly engaging real estate videos? How do I create those videos so that they can be posted to different social platforms with the potential to go viral when the topic is real estate in general? Now apply those insights to help me create a content strategy for my next 10 videos. Okay, so my theoretical question, the framework, and the application. I hit enter. I'm using Claude. I am doing this in Sonnet 4.6, not Opus. And then it quickly comes up with, here's the data. Okay, now what makes them valuable? The hook is everything. Okay, Greg, we know that, but we don't often think about it. Okay, the average attention span is how long, Greg?
I'm going to say about 7 seconds.
47 seconds.
I got the 7 right.
Okay. Vertical video fills the screen in a way that stops the scroll before the viewer even decides to watch. Okay. You have roughly 2 to 3 seconds to establish a reason to keep watching. The hook has to create a question in the viewer's mind, challenging something they think they know or show them something visually surprising.
But there's 3 different types of hooks, though. And we have to understand the 3 different hooks is the visual, the audio, and the verbiage.
Okay.
So what's the hook?
It then covers that.
Okay.
All right. I'm not going to read through every one of these. Platform strategy for most agents, Instagram and Facebook, Reels and Stories handle broad community engagement, while LinkedIn connects to your professional network and higher net worth individuals. Okay. Given that you work in Silicon Valley and serve a lot of tech employed people, LinkedIn is worth more to you than it is to most agents. Don't ignore it. Okay. And as somebody with thousands and thousands of connections and followers, I tend to agree with that because it's targeted. I also find that my LinkedIn people are less likely to be real estate agents than the people that I connect with on Facebook, Instagram being the wild card. Okay. Shoot once, post everywhere, a 60 to 90 second vertical video that can go to TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook Reels with almost no modification. LinkedIn prefers slightly longer and more data forward content, so that's the one you might tweak. It's a fair analysis. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you can do that on multiple different programs. You don't have to sit there and manually do it. But yeah, I agree.
Sure.
You definitely need to speak, in these different platforms in different languages. That's for darn sure.
Okay. Then it comes into video number 1, the down payment myth, Bay Area edition. The hook, you don't need $300,000 to buy in San Jose. Bust the 20% down assumption. What?
You need 3 million.
No, you don't. You need 5%, and to be able to make the payment.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So you don't need it. You don't need a 20. So that's the myth. So what do? How do you educate?
That's the hook. Number 2, what 1.2 million actually gets you in Silicon Valley right now? Okay, Sunnyvale, Campbell, Mountain View. You can talk about those. Video number 3, why buyers keep losing in bidding wars and what they're doing wrong. Okay, this is an easy hook. You and I go through this all the time. Okay, video number 4, neighborhood walk. Pick a neighborhood, walk through it. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Greg, you're familiar with Alamo. I mean, wouldn't a walkthrough of downtown Danville be cool? People would eat that up.
When shot correctly, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, the market feels weird right now. Here's why. Okay, I think that's true. You and I talk about this all the time. Right now, there is a lot of uncertainty in the market. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2026, and there is uncertainty. There's risk of war. There's all of this stuff. People are afraid to act. Okay. Got to deal with that. I don't normally like time sensitive videos that are that time sensitive, but it's viable right now. I also think it's true that the market always feels weird, depending on where you sit. It's going to be either weird for the buyers or weird for the sellers 90% of the time. Okay. Inspection report, nobody reads until it's too late. Greg, how many of your clients do you think actually read disclosures?
I have had a very small amount of clients. I'm actually thinking I can physically see them in my mind's eye. Probably 5 or 6 of them that have literally went from front to back on the disclosures and reports and inspections and bids and everything else. I mean, that was their fun zone in life. So I would say 97% of the people do not even come close to understanding it. They rely on the agent to explain everything to them.
Yeah. So there's that. I walked 12 open houses this weekend. Here's what I saw. It's a good one.
I actually like that one.
I do too. Renting versus buying in San Jose, run the actual numbers. I do this all the time for my clients. If I have somebody that's sitting on the fence as a buyer, I send them a rent versus buy. What are you paying in rent? Okay, you're paying $4,500. Did you know you can buy this? Yes, it might be a little further away from work. Yes, it might be a little smaller. Yes, it might not be as new. But you know what? We have this special thing called equity. And if you're building that equity, you're making money versus rent, which you're just throwing away. Okay. It's the argument we make all the time. What sellers get wrong about pricing and why it costs them. Okay. I have a seller right now that's about to lose a deal over $10,000. And what the seller's agent told me is my client is fixated on the fact that the last property that sold in his condominium complex was $10,000 more than you're wanting to pay. And I'm like, so what?
When did it sell?
I'm sorry?
When did it sell?
3 months ago. $10,000 difference. $10,000, Greg, could be that the pillow was on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah, in that price point, yeah. That's a stupid argument to have.
So we're going through that. And then the last suggestion that it gave me, the thing no one tells you about buying a condo versus buying a house.
First to depreciate, the last one to appreciate. And you have to worry about the HOA, how they're standing financially, what kind of, how strong is the board?
Yeah.
What kind of regulations, what kind of lawsuits are you looking at? How old is the complex? Because if you're at before 10 years, at the 8, 9, 10 year mark, you're going to get a class action lawsuit against you because that's what attorneys do. They sue you for no reason. And then you're going to have to incur the cost, which is going to up your HOA, which then depreciates the asset because then it's the affordability and lending options completely get skewed in the wrong way. And then if there's too many renters versus too many owners, and then you can't get a loan if there's over a certain percentage of renters versus owners. So there's a lot to unpack here. Yep. And then what kind of future maintenance costs are on the books, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I got 2 more pieces of information that it provided, and I know you're going to love both of these. Consistent with what you were just talking about, it says, keep captions on every video. Respond to every comment within the first hour, since responding to a comment immediately triggers the algorithm to see more engagement, which drives more visibility.
All caps? Seriously?
No all caps there.
Oh, they said had to respond in all caps. I'm like,
no, respond to every comment within the first hour.
Okay. Or just respond to all comments as soon as possible if you don't have a tracking way of, we're not going to stare at the same every minute of the
first hour is going to keep it percolated to the top. Okay. That's a fact of the matter. Okay. Finally, production notes. You don't need a crew. Your photography skills already put you ahead of most agents. A decent lav mic. It suggests the Rode Wireless Go.
No.
Your phone on a Gorilla Pod.
Hold on. Mic, Forget about the Rode GoPro. Get the Hollyland Lark M2 microphones. They're $99. They can go 1,000 feet away from each other. They're the size of a quarter. They're magnetic. Get the Hollyland Lark M2s.
Yeah, it's another way to go. Okay, your phone should have the option of a Gorilla Pod, so you can put it just about anywhere. Okay, they don't want to see every video with you holding your arm out because your arm gets tired.
Yeah, Gorilla tripod that's the one you can wrap around like a door handle or a railing. You can make it form to any surface, is what you're saying, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are really cool. I actually have 2 of those, and those are really nice.
Good natural light is fine. Don't worry about special lighting. Okay. CapCut handles simple editing with a solid AI features. Opus Clip can take a longer video and automatically cut it into short form clips ranked by predicted performance.
Yep, use it every day. Great product. If you want to shred it up, do that.
Workflow.
Opus.
Yep. So there it is. That's what I got from that little prompt, which is a lot different than what you probably get that says, give me insights to create a content strategy for my next 10 videos.
Yeah, there's no specific. There's nothing specific about that, and that the prompt I used versus the one you used. Your content delivery was significantly better. I mean, significantly better because it was clear, concise, and actionable. Mine was a blase. Mine was the Google search of AI of going like, hey, give me a favorite French restaurant. They're like, here's what you should do. There's a place you should go. Not like, this is where the chef was trained. This is what the reviews have been. This is the best dish to order.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. If we can take the thinking out of it and just do what we're best at, why not follow exactly what Michael just laid out? I mean, what do you have to lose? Seriously.
All right, Greg. So we're at the 42-minute mark. I want you to drop in that thing that you put at the bottom of the screen.
What the heck did I put at the bottom of the screen?
You had a question for everybody.
Oh.
We said we were going to drop this in right near the end, and we forgot early.
Yeah, but here we go.
Okay. After hearing this info, what will you do with AI? Okay, try something new. Bust it out. I know Greg's going to call me in about 3 hours, and he's going to be like, dude, you're not going to believe this.
Shut up, Michael.
You know what? I'm not, because it just keeps getting better and better. And guys, if you're not getting the results that you want in AI, reach out to us. Michael at regeeks.com, Greg at regeeks.com. Let's hear your questions.
Yeah.
Greg, take us home.
Well, you guys got the recipe. Now it's time for you guys to make the cake. I mean, play with it. Look at, seriously, do what Michael said. Screenshot everything. If you have any questions, hit up Michael at regeeks.com. And you guys will be able to get direct from the horse's mouth some answers and thought patterns. He has everything squirreled away like a very, very diligent individual on AI. So try it, guys and gals. Try it. You literally lose nothing from trying it, and you don't even have to tell us if you did or not. Just do it. You're going to make yourself happy. But we would like a comment down below. That would help us out a lot. Get this channel up and out to more folks, and just to publicly say that you rock. So, Michael, on that one, we are out of here, mi amigo. We're going to catch them on the next video. But until then, guys, peace out, ninjas. We got
Peace out.